News Hour is provided in part by
the New Mexico Humanities Council, seeking to understand who we were, who we are, and who we hope to be. The New Mexico Humanities Council, proud to support public and interpretive programs throughout New Mexico.
Our path to places.
That first song, and I worked on it for about a year. Our show opened, the world blew up. I knew that Hamilton was going to change my life.
Hamilton is somewhere going, thank you.
Friday at 8 p.m. on KRWG-TV.
I found out I had diabetes, and it was an absolute shock.
Bring your fingertips over.
If someone's been diagnosed as pre-diabetic, it's important to start a yoga program because it's not too late.
Namaste.
Saturday morning at 9 on KRWG-TV.
Universities are often defined by buildings, sculptures, spaces, and landmarks. This is Discovering NMSU. For many New Mexico State students, Pride Field in the Horseshoe serves as a great place to relax and take a break from a busy day of classes. Amongst the trees and grass lies a cornerstone with a deep history. But do you know why this small pile of stones is so important to NMSU? In 1891, NMSU's first building, McPhee Hall, nicknamed Old Main, finished construction and was open to students. 19 years later, Old Main suffered a tragic fate. Students walking across campus on the evening of September 12, 1910, came across plumes of smoke billowing out of McPhee toward the sky. The students were able to save a few typewriters and assorted equipment from going up in flames, but were unable to save Old Main. The fire burned for 3 hours, destroying the building as well as the bell used to tell students to get to class. Now, over 100 years later, the cornerstone of Old McPhee Hall represents NMSU's determination to persevere even when stricken with disaster. The stone also provides an anchor from our past, grounding our proud land-grant mission. They remind us all of the rich history which has unfolded on the university's horseshoe grounds since 1888, and of the memories NMSU students have made relaxing in the shade between classes or attending an event with lifelong friends.
Video from the KRWG News Team, always online at krwg.org.
Local support for a portion of today's programming is provided by Wells Fargo. Our support of Aggie students goes beyond just banking. By supporting NEWS22, we're giving back to the community. Wells Fargo. Together, we'll go far.
Tonight on NEWS22, a Las Cruces restaurant shows the importance of immigrants to the United States.
We'll show you the latest technology and help you relax and take a nap.
And the New Mexico chili crop is among the biggest in years.
NEWS22 Thursday starts now.
Serving southern New Mexico, this is the award-winning KRWG-TV NEWS22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Faith Shafani.
And I'm Mike Vigil. Law enforcement officials say they busted a heroin ring in Sunland Park.
The alleged ringleader now faces 6 years in federal prison. 69-year-old Raimundo Munoz was sentenced after pleading guilty to conspiracy and heroin distribution charges on Wednesday. The U.S. Attorney's Office says that these charges were part of a 30-count indictment against 10 people who allegedly conspired to distribute heroin in the Doña Ana County area. 5 others have also pleaded guilty in this case.
A Farmington man is in custody after an extreme case of road rage. Doña Ana County deputies arrested Joseph Clemish after he allegedly pointed a handgun at another driver. The incident took place Tuesday morning on I-10 just south of Las Cruces. The victim told police Clemish pointed the gun toward him from the passenger seat of another car. He's being charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Northern New Mexico College is missing $200,000. State auditors confirmed that the money was stolen from the college. They say a high-level employee in the business office resigned in connection to missing money. Along with the stolen cash, checks also weren't deposited. This caused the college to miss out on additional funds. The state auditor says he's referring the case to New Mexico State Police and the First Judicial District Attorney. In Washington, the investigation into the Russian interference in the presidential election has forced the Attorney General to step aside.
Jeff Sessions says he will recuse himself from any investigations into the issue. CNN's Manu Raju reports.
Under mounting political pressure, Attorney General Jeff Sessions stepped aside from any FBI inquiry into Russia and the Trump campaign.
I have now decided to recuse myself from any existing or future investigations of any matter relating in any way to the campaigns for President of the United States.
The decision came after new revelations that Sessions met twice with the Russian ambassador during the campaign season. In sworn testimony, Sessions was asked about Russia's meddling in the elections and alleged ties between Trump associates and the Kremlin. In a questionnaire, Senator Patrick Leahy asked Sessions if, quote, you have been in contact with anyone connected to any part of the Russian government about the 2016 election, either before or after Election Day. Sessions' response? No. But Sessions said he did not mislead the committee, saying that the two meetings with the Russian ambassador were not tied to his role in the Trump campaign.
I was taken aback a little bit about this brand new information, this allegation that surrogates, and I had been called a surrogate for Donald Trump, had been meeting continuously with Russian officials, and that's what it struck me very hard, and that's what I focused my answer on. And in retrospect, if I should have slowed down.
Democrats say that Sessions' recusal is hardly enough, demanding that he resign. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer wouldn't say if Sessions committed perjury, but called for a special prosecutor.
It would be of Alice and Wonderland quality if this administration were to sanction him to investigate himself.
Two New Mexico senators are joining both Democrats and Republicans calling for Sessions to resign. Senators Tom Udall and Martin Heinrich released separate statements today. Udall said the fact that Sessions misled Congress is concerning in and of itself. He said the questions about his integrity are enough to believe that he can't lead the Department of Justice. Heinrich called for an independent investigation into the Trump administration's ties to Russia. However, both men called for Trump to release his tax returns. They say it would reveal any conflicts of interest.
It was pretty windy last week, but I'm glad to see that it's clearing up a bit.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. And here to tell us a little bit more about what the weather's like right now is Jackie with the first look at weather.
Thanks, Mike. So right now we're looking at clear skies with a temperature of 60 degrees. Winds are coming in from the northeast at 1 mile per hour. Our humidity sits at 14%, our dew point at 15 degrees, and our barometer sits at 30.23 inches. Today we hit a high of 66 degrees, which is a little bit below our average of 67 degrees after an overnight low of 36 degrees. Back in 2016, we hit an average of 82 degrees, and in 1961, we hit a low of 42 degrees. We didn't have any rain today, but our yearly rainfall still sits at 2.13 inches. That's all I have for your current conditions. I'm going to go ahead and take it back to Mike and Faith at the desk.
New Mexicans may soon have more time to make sure they register to vote. The state Senate approved a bill today that will let people register to vote up until 3 days before the election. The current rules only allow people to register up until 28 days before the election. If enacted, this would be the largest voter rights expansion in New Mexico in many years. State Senator Jeff Steinborn says this will help to make sure more people are participating in democracy. He also said that this will combat the state's low voter turnout rate.
Today, the New Mexico Senate approved a bill to increase the state's minimum wage. It was approved by a 24-6 vote. The Senate bill would increase all the minimums starting at $8.25 in October and $9 in April of 2018. The minimum wage bill now moves to the House, where a separate bill would set the wage floor at $9.25.
Congressman Steve Pierce is hosting a town hall to hear from his constituents. Pierce released a statement today saying he's been working hard to hear from Southern New Mexicans. This contradicts protesters who demonstrated in front of his office last week because of a lack of communication from the congressman. Pierce says he's held phone meetings and has been speaking with local leaders. The meeting will take place Saturday morning in Rio Doso. Immigration is another hot topic on people's minds, but some in the immigrant community are worried about aggressive ICE raids.
Selena Madrid found a restaurant where the workers say that immigrants are one of the best parts of this country.
Roberto Muniz is busy in the kitchen cooking fadsu. He's from Mexico, but the food he's cooking is from Thailand. This explains what this restaurant is all about. It's called Thai India. Arif Khan owns it. He was born in India and became an American citizen in 1981.
We work together. All of people that work here they're from Mexico, they're from India, Thailand. We all come from all different places to make this country great.
And he wants everyone to know that. This family-owned restaurant, Thai India, supports immigrants being in America by having a tagline at the bottom of each receipt saying that they make America great. Executive Chef Bianca Lugo says the food has an international flavor, and so does the staff.
Immigrant-wise, it is a melting pot here, just like America is as well.
Waitress Samai Moreno says the message on the receipt is inspiring and gives her courage and hopes everyone can take it to heart.
I tell everyone all the time, what happened to that song, My Land is Your Land, your land is my land? What happened to that song? I want people to start singing that song together. And
Mr. Khan says his immigrant staff is what America is all about, and his restaurant is an example of what makes America great.
Keeping people out is not going to make us great. This country is great because constantly we have new blood coming in, and that's the reason why we exist, and that's the reason why we're great.
He says the best way to combat the division in the country is to work together. Selena Madrid, NEWS22.
Stay tuned, Jackie will be back with your national forecast.
And later, New Mexico's favorite vegetable experienced some growth last year. More on that when NEWS22 continues.
At a recent KRWG coffee visit, we talked with KRWG fans about why they value public media.
And the opportunity for people to call in and share their views is really valuable and an important part of community building.
My entire time in Las Cruces, I have been a PBS NPR girl.
I want everybody to be able to hear all the programs that I enjoy.
The best in radio, television, and online programming is only possible with your support. Become a member online at krwg.org or call 1-888-922-5794. Thank you.
Critics are raving about Victoria.
You cannot lecture me.
The world will be watching. You are a queen.
I am not a piece of clay to be molded by any hand.
She will not be ruled.
Fire!
When you give your heart, it will be without hesitation.
Victoria, Sundays at 9/8 Central. Or watch the full season now, exclusively on Passport.
And welcome back. You're watching NEWS22 Thursday,
where news matters.
March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, and the New Mexico Cancer Outreach Program will host a meeting to get it started.
The event will be held tomorrow at 9 a.m. at the Ben Archer Health Center on Motel Boulevard. The event will have speakers who will highlight the dangers of colorectal cancer.
We're seeing that it's starting to develop among us younger people, but not as often as we see it to develop among older adults after the age of 50. And so that's why there's a recommendation of getting screened starting at 50 and every 5 to 10 years, depending on what your doctor says after that.
Keeping calm and not worrying is one way to keep healthy.
And now NEWS22's Whitley Newberry reports there's a new high-tech way to relax.
Leah Ascadon is a third-year student in the nursing program at NMSU. She is one of the first to try the new Energy Pod. The pods have a reclined chair with a domed sensory reduction bubble that closes around them. There is a one-touch button that activates calming music and soothing lights. At the end of the session, the chair vibrates gently to wake the person up.
I think once you get in, it sets the mood. They have that relaxing tone of music playing, and just that calmness that it brings with it.
This high-tech machine is called the Energy Pod, but the real question is, what makes this machine so much better than taking a 20-minute nap?
Almost to the equivalent of something sleeping 8 hours. Just come away relaxed. You just want to kind of not have any worries or any concerns of any things that are coming up.
About 6 people in the nursing department work to bring the pod in because nursing is an intense course of study.
We've had a lot of students who have test anxiety, and one of the things that we've done with them is put them in the Energy Pod and have them visualize taking the test and being in a calm environment where they are empowered to be able to select the correct answer. And students have found that that has really helped them when they go in to take these exams that are high pressure.
Although there haven't been a lot of people in the sleep pod yet, they expect more around finals time. Whitley Newberry, News 22.
There is great news for New Mexico chili farmers. The U.S. Department of Agriculture did its annual report of New Mexico planting. Chili farmers planted more than 9,000 acres in 2016. That's 11% more than the previous year. The number of chili acres harvested over the past 2 decades has dropped dramatically for several reasons, including NAFTA. Experts have said mechanization of the green chili harvesting and destemming process, which is ongoing, will be important to that industry's future. One of the best things to do with all that chili is make salsa. And there's plenty of salsa just outside the Corbett Center here on campus. It's a salsa tasting festival, and it's the first event for the NMSU Latino Week. There was a carnival, mechanical bull, and bouncy house. Local restaurants from around the city had their salsa on display. People could sample and vote for their favorite salsas. The top 2 winners will receive the Student's Choice Award and the Runner-Up Award.
A second Dion's location is coming to Las Cruces. People will be able to visit the new West Side spot when it opens March 13th. It's located on El Paseo Road in front of the Mesilla Park Community Church across from Albertsons. The restaurant CEO says the new Dion's will bring more than 70 jobs to the area. He also says there will be some favorite pizzas and subs like the 505 with New Mexico green chili. And so it's a good thing, that, of course, we mentioned that weather is gone from earlier this week.
And it was a lot warmer today, too, so that was really nice.
It was a lot warmer, and hopefully we have some of that to look forward to. And here to tell us is Jackie with the weather.gov National Forecast.
Thanks, guys. We're going to go ahead and take a look at your temperatures across the U.S. Seattle's going to be sitting at 47 degrees. San Francisco 63, Las Vegas 68, Salt Lake City 47. Boston at 40 degrees and New York at 48 degrees. Now taking a look at our next map, the northeastern part of the U.S. is going to be waking up to spotty snow Friday morning. The Montreal, Boston, Detroit, and Pittsburgh areas are going to be expecting snow showers and very cold temperatures. Now if you're in the Detroit and Pittsburgh areas, take caution when you're driving because there will be icy roads. Now taking a look at our next map, we're going to be looking at the eastern part of the U.S. again. Monday night into Tuesday night, the Toronto, Pittsburgh, Nashville, St. Louis, Chicago, and Little Rock areas are going to be expecting strong winds and downpours. If in these areas, please take caution and be careful. Now that's all I have for your national forecast. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, but I'll be back with your New Mexico weather.
Welcome to an exciting new season of New Scandinavian Cooking,
the international cooking series that explores Scandinavian cuisine, culture, and history.
Thursday at 2:30 p.m. on KRWG.
Our path to places. That first song, I worked on it for about a year. Our show opened, the world blew up. I knew that Hamilton was going to change my life.
Hamilton is somewhere going, thank you.
Friday at 8 p.m. on KRWG TV.
Well, it's been quite a while since our last public television special, so I decided it was time to come back home again for this very special concert. We'll have some new songs, lots of old favourites. I'm Daniel O'Donnell, and I hope I'll see you soon as we come back home again for this special concert on public television.
Saturday at 4 p.m. on KRWG TV.
We're going to go ahead and take a look at your current conditions in New Mexico. Farmington is going to be sitting at 39 degrees, Gallup 35, Santa Fe 44, Albuquerque 51, Clovis 47, Socorro 54, Ruidoso 43, Roswell 52, and Deming at 56 degrees. Tomorrow, your weather is going to be looking very cold tomorrow. Farmington is going to be sitting at 55 degrees, Santa Fe 54, Gallup 58, Clovis 63, Socorro 63 as well, Roswell 62, Ruidoso 53, and Deming at 64 degrees. Taking a look at cities near our area, Alamogordo is looking at clear skies tonight with a chilly 31 degrees, and tomorrow they're looking at partly cloudy skies with a high of 65 degrees. In Truth or Consequences, they're looking at clear skies as well tonight with the temperature of 36 degrees, and tomorrow partly cloudy skies with a high of 64 degrees. In Silver City, they're looking at clear skies with a chilly 27 degrees, and tomorrow they're looking at a high of 58 degrees with partly cloudy skies. And here in Las Cruces, we're looking at clear skies with the temperature of 36 degrees, and tomorrow we're looking at partly cloudy skies with a high of 65 degrees. That's all I have for your New Mexico weather. I'm going to go ahead and take it back to the desk for right now, but I'll be back with your 5-day forecast.
Thank you, Jackie. 2 suspected gang members are charged with murder, but they don't seem to be too worried about it.
That's the first story in tonight's Southwest Minute.
Miguel Alvarez Flores and Diego Hernandez Rivera laughed and waved at TV cameras when they appeared in court. Prosecutors say they shot and killed a teen whose body was found 2 weeks ago. Investigators say they also held a 14-year-old girl hostage for more than 2 weeks before she escaped. They are being held on a $150,000 bond. A SWAT team in Reno entered a home after several hours of negotiations and found one person dead. They were there carrying out a search warrant. No details have been released on the reason for the warrant. 4 burglary suspects led authorities on a high-speed chase in California. Police spotted the suspects and chased them onto the westbound freeway. At times, the chase got up to 120 miles per hour. The suspects hit another vehicle and the chase ended in East Los Angeles when the suspects jumped out of the car and ran in different directions across the freeway. Police arrested 1 suspect and are still looking for 3 others. I'm Andres Valle with the Southwest Minute.
Teething is no fun for babies or for their parents just trying to give some relief to their uncomfortable infant.
But there are some things that you can do to help your child get through it. Mary Maloney has more in today's Health Minute.
When your baby is teething or getting their first set of teeth, he or she can be fussy from the discomfort. It typically starts about 6 months of age, but can start at any time between 3 to 12 months of age. Here are some tips for your infant to be more comfortable during the process. Use a clean finger or cold teething ring to gently rub your baby's gum for about 2 minutes. Provide safe objects such as teething rings for your child to chew on. And if that doesn't work, give your child an age-appropriate over-the-counter pain reliever. Do not give your baby aspirin, as that has been linked to Rye syndrome, a rare but serious disease. Mild discomfort is normal and usually nothing to worry about. But call your doctor if the symptoms are severe or don't get any better. Some parents may luck out in a way, as not all infants seem to be affected by teething. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mary Maloney.
The Aggies softball team had a big, huge rivalry game yesterday.
They sure did. They took on UTEP, and here to tell us a little bit more about that is Nolan Fox with sports.
Thanks, Mike. Coming up in sports, we'll see how the Aggie softball team did against UTEP yesterday. I'm Nolan Fox, and I'm next with News 22 Sports.
Are you tired? Packing on the pounds? Finding it hard to get out of bed? Don't worry, Dr. Neil Barnard has developed a simple, easy-to-follow plan for boundless energy and healthy weight loss just for you.
By making simple adjustments, you can turn everything around. You can get your weight down and get your energy up.
Unlock your best self ever with the Energy Weight Loss Solution.
Saturday at 1 p.m. on KRWG TV.
I found out I had diabetes, and it was an absolute shock.
I was diagnosed as pre-diabetic. My sugar level was out of kilter.
Bring your fingertips over to the left.
If someone's been diagnosed as pre-diabetic, it's really important to start a yoga program because it's not too late.
Namaste.
Saturday morning at 9 on KRWG TV.
This is KRWG TV News 22 Sports.
Welcome back and hold on to your socks because I'm Nolan Fox with News 22 Sports. The New Mexico State softball team continues to struggle through a rough patch in their schedule. Last night, the Aggies dropped a 9th consecutive game as they fell to the rival UTEP Miners by a score of 5-3. With the Aggies trailing 5-0 in the last inning, Kennedy Johnson and Victoria Castros both hit home runs to make it a 2-run game. However, the rally fell short as Erica Harrowood came in for UTEP and slammed the door on the Aggies, earning the save. The Aggies are now 4-10 on the season as they head to the Las Vegas tournament this weekend for the Rebel Classic. The first game of the tournament will be on Friday against DePaul. The New Mexico State men's basketball team will be closing out their regular season this Saturday at the Pan American Center against Texas Rio Grande Valley. The team will be holding a pregame ceremony for senior Ian Baker. Baker is the only senior on the team, and he embraces his role.
I just try to be the best leader I can be. Coming in every day, try to push guys, try to lead by example, and just do the best I can. And then the rest just falls in place. I'm having fun doing it though.
And the New Mexico State baseball team is looking to open up a 4-game weekend series this Friday against Yale. The Aggies lost to Arizona State on Saturday by a score of 12-5, but they're off to a pretty good start on the 2017 season as they currently hold a record of 6-4. Meanwhile, this will be Yale's opening series for the 2017 season. The first game is scheduled to start at 6 o'clock on Friday at Presley Askew Field in Las Cruces. And tonight's play of the day is brought to you by the Northwestern Wildcats as they beat Michigan on a stunning buzzer beater last night. Check it out.
Tap horn. Long inbound. Harden with the catch. The finish. Oh!
And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action next week. Still ahead, Jackie will be back with a look at your 5-day forecast. But first, one man gets a surprise from the past, and find out more on News 22 when we return after this break.
Meditation is a beneficial skill that everyone can use. Join Stephen Bodian to learn just how easy it is to make meditation part of your revitalized life. Join us for Meditation for All of Us with Stephen Bodian.
Saturday at 5:30 p.m. on KRWG TV.
Wearing one cowgirl suit after another, Patsy Cline set out for the Grand Ole Opry and became one of the all-time greats.
I'm such a huge fan of Patsy Cline.
See how she did it, hit after hit, way back when Patsy Cline was crazy on American Masters.
Saturday at 10 p.m. on KRWG TV.
Hi, I'm David Holt. Join me on the next Great Scenic Railway Journeys as we give you a little taste of some of the best rail adventures in North America. From elegant dinner trains, scenic steam trains, to the most luxurious rail liner in Canada.
Saturday at 7 p.m. on KRWG TV.
And welcome back. Let's take a look at our top stories. Selena Madrid took us to a restaurant that stands behind immigrants. New Mexicans may soon have more time to register to vote. And last year's New Mexico top crop experienced a boom.
A contractor renovating a home in Philadelphia found a wallet in a bathroom wall. The wallet belonged to Harry Christian Weber, who died in 2005. The contractor tracked down his son and returned the wallet. Inside the wallet was his father's draft card, a weekly pay stub of $151, and a picture of a car his dad always bragged about. This incident now has Adam thinking of hiding a wallet for his own in his walls for his children to find one day. And that's quite a cute story, don't you think?
Sure was. I'm glad they were able to track him down. So Jackie, what are our next 5 days looking like?
So we're sticking around the low 70s for highs for next week, with their lowest high at 65 degrees on Monday, and we're sticking to the low 40s for our lows next week and our lowest at 39 degrees. So it's going to be pretty chilly, but we're looking at some nice weather next week.
That's good to hear, and that's all for News 22 Thursday. We'll be back on Tuesday with more local news. We'll take you to the Farm and Ranch Museum for a look at Cowboy Days and the last match for the NMSU equestrian team. You can see all our latest newscasts online. And that's all for News 22 Thursday.
Local support for a portion of today's programming is provided by Wells Fargo. Our support of Aggie students goes beyond just banking. By supporting News 22, we're giving back to the community. Wells Fargo. Together, we'll go far.
Cassidy, congratulations on being named a top teen.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here.
Good
To start off with, tell me about some of your school activities.
Well, since I was a freshman, I've been a part of the Gay Straight Alliance at my school, which is Mayfield High School. And I've been there since I was a freshman, and now I'm a senior, so I've been there for about 4 years. And I moved my way up sophomore year to vice president. The last 2 years I've been president, and I've been trying to do different things with that club, trying to move it into a more, like, a better direction. We've been doing community service and different campaigns about, like, sexuality, and I've just been really trying to help them, like, understand, like, what's going on, because high school can be a little scary.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you're very busy in high school, but you also give back to the community. Tell me about that.
Well, like I said, we do community service, and I'm also part of NLASE, which we do a lot of community service in that as well. I've also done some stuff on my own that I just thought would be good. I've also been a part of the New Mexico Leadership Institute, and we have done community service there during the summer. We volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club. We volunteer at Camp Hope, and I've made donations there. And we've just done a lot of different things. Too many.
All kinds of different things.
Yeah.
Tell me about your plans for the future.
Well, right now I think I want to do photojournalism. I really love photography, and I love writing, and I think those two can go well together in photojournalism.